Hi ladies, today we are going to talk about the Cassie skirt. She is the pencil skirt by LuLaRoe. There are multiple ways to style her. First we're going to start out with the perfect tee here. The perfect tee is the flowy top that has the slits in the side. So there are a couple things you can do with the perfect tee in Cassie. You can tie up the slits on the side into little knots like so. Make her a little less flowy and more form-fitting around the top of your Cassie skirt, like such. And she's just kind of more of a t-shirt, not quite as flowy, but you can tuck her in, make her a little more shirt length, and then you have these fun little knots on the side. Or you can let her hang loose. I personally like to let her hang loose because I don't like attention on my midsection, so I really like the flowiness of the perfect tee. It hides my belly, and then it has nice coverage on my backside as well. And a lot of ladies like to tie a belt around the perfect tee when they wear the Cassie because it gives it more of a peplum look. Unfortunately, I don't have a belt to demonstrate this, but you can kind of get the idea with how I'm cinching it just with my hands, that it creates more of a peplum top look. Alright, next I'm going to show you how the Cassie looks with the classic tee. Of course you can see it back there on the mannequin, but I'll show you how it looks like on a normal body, or I should say a human instead of a mannequin. So, since I just discussed how I don't like attention on my midsection, there is a fix to that problem with the classic tee. Instead of wearing your normal classic tee size, you can go up one size in the classic tee. It makes the classic tee a little looser, a little more flowy around your belly if you don't want that showing. And you can still do the classic and the Cassie together, no problem. If you want to add a little more interest, maybe throw on a Joy, a Shirley, a Sarah, a Lindsay, a Monroe, any of those things would work great with this combo. But this is just the classic tee by itself. Again, if you want to add interest, maybe you can tie a little knot here in the front of the classic tee. Here, I'll show you. Without trying to show you too much, I will demonstrate or attempt to demonstrate this for you. Give me 1 second. So we are going to lift up the shirt, kind of grab the underside of it right where you think you would want to cinch it. We are going to take a tiny rubber band. I use the Goody brand rubber bands that are clear and they're small, so they work a little better than just regular ponytail holders. And we're just going to grab some of that material from the underside, and you're going to wrap it, the ponytail holder, around like you would wrap it around your hair. So on the inside, it's just going to look like that. You have a little piece that's cinched up. And then when you put it back down, see, it kind of creates this ruching effect in the front. So that also distracts from the place, or you know, if you have a more clingy classic tee, it's going to distract from that and make it a little more drapey in the front to cover those things you want hidden. Alright, next we are going to do the Irma and the Cassie. Irma and Cassie is also a great combo for concealing perhaps your midsection, or maybe you don't want your backside to be just by itself inside of a Cassie. So I will show you this. Irma and Cassie is one of my favorite combos too. I've worn it quite a few times. So here we are. Sorry, I'm going to fix this on camera. Don't want to be off camera too long. But here we are, the Irma and the Cassie. So the Irma is the tunic piece, which is a lot longer in the front and in the back. And it has the longer sleeve. They're about elbow length and they're more form-fitted. And it's just another good way to hide your belly and your backside if you don't want your backside just in, you know, the Cassie by itself. And some of you might be wondering, well, I don't really want this extra loose stuff hanging down when I have a skirt. So there are ways to fix it. I'm not going to really be able to show you on camera, but the same kind of cinch thing we just did in the classic tee, you could do back here with the Irma. So it would be cinched like this in the middle, and then that pulls this up a little more to be regular shirt length. Or you could just kind of fold her up in the back and tuck her under, and then she's more like a t-shirt. But see, that makes it more clean against your belly up front. So that kind of destroys the purpose of the loose Irma look if you're worried about showing off your midsection. You could also add another layer of interest and maybe throw on a Lindsay, a Sarah, a Joy, a Shirley, a Monroe, any of those things. This is also a good way to kind of hide your belly if you don't like the whole belly problem with the Cassie skirt. So this is just a fun way, adds a little more color, a little more pattern, maybe a little more interest if you have just plain color blocks in your top and your skirt. And it also gives a nice drape to your back, so you don't have to worry about that showing or drawing attention. Next, we're going to show the Lene and the Cassie. The Lene is the newer long sleeve version of the classic tee. Most Lenes fit a little more snug, so you need to size up from your classic tee size. So if you're normally an extra large classic tee, a lot of the Lenes you need to size up to a 2X because the material is tighter in the arms. And so people don't like having tight arms and long sleeves, so they size up. So here I am, I'm wearing one size bigger in the Lene than my classic tee. And what I like about the Lene, it's a little longer, a little looser. As you can see, you can still kind of see the line of the top of my Cassie there, but it is a little more flowy than the classic tee. And it has lots of length in the back, so your bottom is still covered. You can add on another layering piece to distract from your midsection if that concerns you. Right now I'm going to put on a fun Joy vest with shades of red. This would have been cute for Christmas. But see, then it creates more of a slim line, more vertical effect, and then they're not focusing on your belly here if that is a problem for you. So that's a fun way to do it. With a layering piece, of course, again, same thing we did with the classic tee. You could cinch it here to make it a little more drapey. You could even cinch it in the back to do that kind of effect. It's up to you. Here, I can show that to you as well. So same thing we did with the classic tee. We're going to pull this up a little bit. Grab part of it from underneath. Tie it around like you would your hair. And it's not perfect because I'm on video, but oops, and now it totally fell out. But you get the idea. Same thing we did with the classic tee. Alright, last but not least, I'm going to show you how to do the Cassie and the Carly together. Now you're probably thinking, how the heck do you do a Carly and a Cassie? Because the Carly is a dress, right? Well, I will show you. It's a really fun way to do it. There's actually a couple ways to do it. Alright, so you start with your plain, just Carly hanging loose and Cassie. You can't really tell there's Cassie underneath there, right? So there's a couple ways to do this. One way, do the exact same thing you did with the classic, the Lene, any of those tops you want to cinch. You're going to grab the extra part right about here, wherever you want it to cinch, really. Tie that around like you would your hair. Let's see. And then you have it cinched like that. That creates kind of a fun peekaboo Cassie type thing. Now in the back, your Cassie's still kind of hidden, but in the front it's more of a dramatic, oh, there's a skirt under there type effect, right? Okay, and then one other way you can do Carly and Cassie. I'm going to grab a second rubber band here. You can do the flower knot. That is popular in LuLaRoe world. I like to do the flower under the pocket, but it really doesn't matter what side you do it on. So for this, you kind of grab the extra material from the back, bring it up front so that you have a lot of material to work with for your flower knot. First you're going to grab that extra material, grab it like this, kind of like you would your ponytail. Take one of these small rubber bands, you're going to loop it around the fabric like you would your hair. Try not to break it because they are super tiny and it's a lot of fabric. Alright, so we have it just like this. Then we're going to flatten this piece out. This is going to be like the base or the outside of the flower, I guess you could call it. So flatten it out as best as you can. It's going to kind of look like that. It's going to be like an odd shaped circle, not perfect circle, but you get the idea. Then you're going to just grab a tiny bit in the middle here with your maybe 2 fingers. So it's just going to be a tiny little piece from the middle. You're going to take another tiny rubber band. You're going to wrap it around however many times you need to get it nice and tight on there. And then I kind of pull out the sides again to make this outside part flat one more time. And then you fix the middle part to be a little bit flat as well, so it's more like a circle in the middle. It's not going to be very big, but it works. And there you have a flower. And then the Carly becomes more like a long shirt in the front. It's a little shorter in the back, but not as short as it is in the front. All right. Next, I'm going to show you the Randy and the Cassie. Hang on one second. I gotta get my knot untied here. Now, the Randy and the Cassie is good for when you want to look a little more casual. Maybe you have just a fun night out with some friends and you don't feel like totally being dressy, but you want to be a little different. The Randy is a good alternative. Now the Randy is a little more form-fitted in the middle. Like the, I don't know, it's not loose and flowy like the Irma or the Perfect Tee. It's a little more form-fitted like the classic. But here we have it. Here's the Randy. Now, this is one size up from what the size chart tells me to wear, just because I like a little more room around my stomach. You're more than welcome to wear the size that the size chart tells you. But if you want it a little looser, especially when you pair it with a skirt like this, I suggest sizing up one. And here's the Randy and the Cassie, so that's pretty cute. Just makes it a little more casual. This actually just happens to go really well together because it's monochromatic, and who loves monochromatic, right? So, this is a good way to be a little more casual with the Cassie. Now let me show you one more thing. It may totally blow your mind. Let me grab a different Cassie, actually. Now, this may not really go with the Cassie I'm grabbing may not be the best pair with this black and white outfit I have on. But you take a Cassie, and if you feel like being totally different, you can wear the Cassie as a scarf, which is pretty sweet. So you just kind of fold it up like you would in an infinity scarf. Well, you don't need to fold an infinity scarf necessarily, because it's already a scarf, but kind of form it into what an infinity scarf would be. You put it over your head. Now, imagine it not with this outfit. It's not the best thing to go with this black and white outfit, but you just kind of wear it like that, and it's a fun little scarf. I mean, you could make it more like that across your shoulders for a different kind of scarf look, or just hang it like a normal infinity scarf. So that's a really fun way to wear Cassie as well. So I hoped you learned something about Cassie, and if you haven't tried her yet, maybe you'll be inspired to give her a shot now. And I will see you all next time in one of our training videos. Bye, guys.